Oh, they love me. They really love me, huh? I just wanna stop.
Then stop. Please just stop.
How does it feel to be one of the iconic TV dads?
It feels like I told a story clearly enough that it resonates. Listen, Michael, we're not rich. We're doing okay, but we're not rich.
Daddy, please.
How did it come about?
Well, I actually lived in Los Angeles my whole life. I grew up here in LA. And I didn't even know white people lived here until I saw The Price is Right. And a white lady said, it's a teacher from Los Angeles. Like, what's the white dude doing here? But I moved from LA to West Hills.
Yep.
And it was the first time I'd ever lived around anybody but black people. But what I learned was it was a community and we all were starting out together and I met great neighbors and I would tell these stories to my manager. And one day he just said, that's a show.
The show still holds up. When people watch it, it still holds up, don't you think?
I think so, and I'm proud of it. I'm playing this new game called golf.
Golf? What, you trying to get your ghetto pass revoked?
DL wrote, produced, and starred in The Hughleys, which was based on his experiences living as an African-American family in an upscale white neighborhood. The series premiered in 1998, and E.T. was on the set.
He's a lot like, I think, most fathers of the 90s. We grew up with seeing all these fathers who never made mistakes, but we know that we do. We know how fallible we are. In addition to that, he's a young man who came from an all-black environment and moved to an all-white one, and somebody turned the lights on, and now it's so bright it hurts his eyes.
What do you think about when you see that?
I recognize him.
Yeah.
I recognize him.
Yeah.
And I think that I still feel that way.
Mr. D.L. Hughley.
Do you remember when E.T. came on set?
I remember them telling I had to do it.
They said you had to do it?
Right, you had to do it. There was no Twitter, and there was no Instagram, and there was no TikTok. It was like you guys said what happened.
Yeah.
So they were saying, if you want to get, I remember they talked about how important that was. I think that's when they kind of thought we were going to be a thing.
You ended up being it.
Yeah, I did.
The show aired for 4 seasons with guest stars like Oprah, Kelly Rowland, and Boyz II Men. DL went on to become one of the original kings of comedy alongside Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, and Bernie Mac. Now, the 59-year-old hosts his national radio program, The DL Hughley Show, and he's currently on tour. Plus, he's one of the most followed comedians on social media. Oh, and right now, he's working on a reboot of The Hughleys.
We have a deal with Fox, and we're working on the second script, which will be another version of who I am now. You know, like with a gay daughter who's getting married and an autistic son who likes white women and having a radio show that's controversial.
Yeah. I
need to have something to say, and this makes me feel that creative drive that the Hughleys did. I'm very excited about the potential.
What would you tell that guy back on BET today, in the
You know
very
what?
beginning?
This is what I tell him. You don't have to know what you will do, just know what you won't.